during these pretty crazy times right now, we're going to start seeing businesses making decisions about whether to reopen or not. And of course, now in every community, there's just a different set of rules and a different set of oversight. With us on the phone right now is City Manager for the City of Chico, Mark Orme. Hi, Mark. Can you hear us?
I sure can. How you doing, Haley?
Hi, good. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
You bet.
So, first of all, let me just ask you, how has it been managing the City of Chico in a time like this?
You know, one of the unfortunate realities is that we have a lot of experience recently with managing disasters and managing emergencies. Obviously, we dealt with our own financial realities back in 2013 when I first got here, and we've been dealing with that ever since. That was an emergency. Then the Oroville Dam situation where we had an influx of folks, and then Camp Fire, obviously, here most recently. So it's been difficult. This is one of those that you can't really put resources towards to help manage it. You have to be very, very patient and have to wade through the difficulty of really relying upon your healthcare professionals to help you through this.
Okay, so I know that one of the first things, you know, let's talk about when the stay-at-home order went out. I mean, this is a little bit more than 5 weeks ago, I believe. What is the city's first response when our state governor comes out with something like that? Is it just we've just got to fall in line, or do we just start making up new decisions based on that order?
Yeah, no, I think what we have to do is ensure that we're abiding by the law, and that's really where our focus has been. One of the things that we've come to realize is that whenever you're in an emergency, it's that chain of command as it relates to the federal, the state, county, and local government that has to really follow those rules in order to ensure that COVID doesn't spread to the degree that we do not want it to. And so one of the things that we've been doing is we've been encouraging everybody, you know, from the folks that are typically out and about doing their everyday shopping to the businesses that are typically open. It's been very difficult because we are encouraging them to abide by the governor's order. It's vitally important that we do. And as you can tell, it's really been reaping huge dividends. I want to applaud so many folks here in Chico that have really been doing a great job of doing everything they can to only conducting business for essential activity. So I think the community's done a tremendous job.
You know, I was going to ask you about something like that. You know, we see things like in Texas, how there's now this order that everybody who leaves the house has to put on masks. And then in other places, we're seeing non-essential businesses reopen. In fact, even in Chico, we just heard from Christian Lopez about a barber shop that's reopening. How do we kind of walk that line? I'm sure there's people on both sides who are asking both things of you, more enforcement or less, you know, less oversight.
It's a real tug and pull, and that always makes your job that much more difficult. You know, one of the things that we're doing, we're not encouraging non-essential businesses to open. One of the quotes that I've become known for here recently is that, you know, the city government, no government should be in the business of shutting business down. However, we are in the business of ensuring public health and safety. And so the balancing act in a time such as this makes it all the more difficult when you have a pandemic. So we're trying to walk that fine line, ensuring that we're abiding by those rules. And we know that people have their own rights to be able to go and do what they desire. And it's a difficult balance, but vastly, we've seen the vast majority of folks abiding by these rules. And so we're really happy and pleased with that.
At the phase that we're at, I know a lot of local governments are, you know, county supervisors and city leaders in other communities have maybe asked the governor, hey, let's start talking about reopening. Do you feel like the voice of Chico is being heard, and do you feel like that we're positioned to start up that process and our needs are being met?
Yeah, you know, I think that it is to a large degree. However, when you have a state as large as the state of California, we need to be very logical, and we have to be very pointed in how we approach this. I believe that Butte County as a whole here recently has really started to coalesce in heading in a direction that will help in that effort to get us reopened at the appropriate time. And I think that you're going to hear a lot more about that as the days come about ahead. And so I'm anticipating with my regular conversations with Dr. Andy Miller, our health officer, we're going to see some very positive things coming out of the collaborations that are currently underway. And hopefully we'll be able to have more to report on that here in the near future.
Okay, Mark. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for being with us and for all that really useful information.
Anytime, Haley. Have a great one.
You too.